cervical cancer. Dr. Ruchika, podium is yours. Thank you.
A very good morning to one and all. At the outset, I would like to thank the organizers, SP Jaiswal ma'am, Nisha Singh ma'am, for providing me with this opportunity. Without wasting time, we are going to start. I am going to speak on screening of cervical cancer. What are the latest guidelines? So this is I won't go into the statistics, but what is the real statistics of screening of cervical cancer in India? Hardly 2 to 3% of the women are being screened. So we need a good population-based screening. And around 35 crore women are at eligible age of cervical cancer screening. In UP, only 1% women are being screened. So we know that in developed countries, they have reduced the incidence of cervical cancer by 70 to 90% by adopting good screening methods and by using cervical cancer vaccine. So what are the various methods by which cervical cancer can be screened? So we know there are certain molecular methods, cytological methods and visual inspection. So molecular methods includes the latest HPV DNA or mRNA, and then we have certain protein biomarkers, though these are in experimental stage till now, and we have our pap smear and BC liquid-based cytology and dual staining by P16 and K167. Via and Willi we both know, that is by acetic acid and by Lugol's iodine. So these are the latest recommendations according to the American Cancer Society, and these are also being endorsed by the ACOG and ASCCP and US Preventive Task Force recommendations. Now the age of screening, which was previously we had to start at 21 years of age, but now it has been extended to 25 years of age. We don't have to start screening at 21 years of age. And all guidelines have recommended HPV as the primary modality of screening, so that the duration of screening can be extended by 5 years, and it is the preferred method. Co-testing by HPV and cytology or pap smear is also acceptable, but if we don't have facilities for HPV test, then pap smear should be the modality, but the screening interval, the frequency is 3 years. So these differ from the 2012 guidelines. From age 30 years, the primary modality remains the same, HPV or the co-testing, or if pap smear is only available, then every 3 years. And after 65 years of age, if previous reports of screening are available and they are normal, then there is no need to screen the women. So what WHO has to say in low resource settings? According to the WHO 2021 recommendations, they have also endorsed HPV DNA as the primary screening modality, and the age of starting screening is 30 years of age, and the screening interval is every 5 to 10 years. So HPV detection in a screen, triage and treat approach is the same. We have to start screening at 30 years of age and regular screening every 5 to 10 years. Whereas in people living in HIV, the screening interval frequency is reduced to 3 to 5 years, and the age also as soon as they start the sexual activity or at 25 years of age. And what WHO, what's the recommendation for stopping the screening? If previous results are negative for 2 consecutive, then the screening can be stopped at 50 years of age in both the general population as well as in people living with HIV. But if HPV test is not available, we can always go for 3-yearly pap smear or VIA. Now coming to our national guidelines of FOXI GCPR 2018 recommendations, which are still in practice. They have divided into good resource settings and limited resource settings. In limited resource settings, visual inspection by acetic acid is the primary modality. If they can afford HPV testing, or if it is available, they can do. So we just have to put a speculum and apply acetic acid. Whereas, and the target age group is 25 to 60 years of age. We don't have to start at 21 years of age. Whereas in limited resource settings, 30 years पे हमें start करना है, 30 to 65 years, and start at cytology if it is done, then at 25 years in, or we can go for primary HPV testing along with cytology at 30 years of age. Frequency, if HPV is the primary modality or co-testing, the duration can be frequencies every 5 years, or if pap smear every 3 years. So when is the age to stop? 65 years if there are consistently negative results for the last 15 years. और कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि पेशेंट फर्स्ट टाइम हमारे पास आई है और कोई पैप स्मीयर की रिपोर्ट नहीं हुआ है पहले, तो जस्ट स्क्रीन व्हेनेवर शी कम्स वंस एट लीस्ट 65 years of age, and if it is negative then she should exit the screening program. और अगर वाया से स्क्रीनिंग हुई है, फॉलो अप मेथड आफ्टर ट्रीटमेंट इंटरवल कभी उसका लीव या कुछ हुआ है तो वाया से वी हैव टू रीस्क्रीन आफ्टर 12 months. So what they have to, Foxy says about hysterectomized women. अगर hysterectomy के साथ we know the we know the indication of the hysterectomy, and if it was for a benign lesion, then we need not, there is no need of screening. Unless there is a history of previous CIN. अगर indication नहीं पता है तो clinician के discretion पे we can always go for a screening in hysterectomized women. And in HIV positive women or people living with HIV, as soon as she starts her sexual activity within 1 year, pap smear should be started, or co-testing or whatever we can do, and the frequency is 2 to 3 years. But in limited resource settings, VIA is still the best option, or pap smear if we can do, or HPV. So these are the Foxy recommendations. So if HPV is negative, so we need to routinely screen after just 5 years of interval, because HPV has a very high negative predictive value. Once it is negative, the chances of developing CA cervix are just negligible. So if HPV is negative, then we need to go for routine screening only after 5 years of age. After 5 years. But if HPV is positive, generally हम लोग 16-18 ही करते हैं. अगर 16-18 positive आया है तो then we need to go for colposcopy and biopsy. Pointer है क्या यहाँ? Okay. So this dot line shows preferred, and these are the जो हैं ये acceptable है. But if HPV is positive, then we need to do co-testing. अगर हमने वाया किया, वाया is, if it is negative, then we need to go for repeat HPV testing after 1 year of age. And now again next time अगर HPV negative आ गया है तो routine screening हमें करनी है after 5 years. But if HPV is positive, then VIA is also positive, then colposcopy and biopsy. और cytology पे अगर एस्कस एंड अबव आया है, HPV तो पॉजिटिव था ही, एस्कस एंड अबव आया है तो गो डायरेक्टली फॉर colposcopy and biopsy. But if it is negative for HPV पॉजिटिव है लेकिन cytology is negative for intraepithelial lesion, then repeat pap smear at 1 year after 1 year. If now it is positive, then go for colposcopy and biopsy. If it is negative, then go for routine 5-year screening protocol. And now if we are going for co-testing as the primary modality, if HPV is negative, cytology is also negative, then need not worry. 5 years के बाद स्क्रीनिंग करेंगे. बट इफ HPV इज नेगेटिव एंड साइटोलॉजी इज पॉजिटिव, और साइटोलॉजी में एस्कस या हाई ग्रेड लीजन आया है तो गो फॉर कॉल्पोस्कोपी एंड बायोप्सी. अगर एस्कस एंड अबव और एस्कस और लो ग्रेड आया है तो अगर HPV में वो आ गया है तो वी नीड टू को टेस्ट आफ्टर 1 year. और 1 year के बाद अगर साइटोलॉजी भी नेगेटिव है, HPV भी नेगेटिव है, तो वी कैन गो फॉर regular screening after 5 years of age. HPV has the advantage that the screening interval can be increased and its number of visits to the hospital are reduced. And if HPV is positive, cytology, eschus and above, always go for colposcopic directed biopsy, and then we have to follow the CIN management guidelines, which my next speaker will be speaking. And HPV genotype, if anytime it is 16-18 positive, go for direct colposcopy and biopsy. And if HPV genotype also shows other high risk, then we need to go for co-testing. If the co-testing is negative, then co-testing after 1 year, then we need to go for the routine screening. So in limited resource screening, VIA is just sufficient. So at least 1 to 3 times in a lifetime, every woman should get a screening. Whereas in good resource setting, HPV and cytology is the preferred method. So if the woman develops ascus cytology, so and in reproductive age group women, so we need to triage her with either ascus cytology हमने किया है और उस पे ascus आया है तो triage करेंगे with HPV. If it is not available, then we need to repeat the cytology after 1 year, and younger women should be followed with annual cytology for 2 years. If compliance is a concern or HPV test available नहीं है, तो we can always ascus cytology, we can go for colposcopy directed biopsy. It's an acceptable option according to the FOXI guidelines. And if low grade cytology आया है तो we can go for colposcopy. So if compliance अगर issue है तो see and treat approach is better. In postmenopausal women, LSM cytology needs to be triaged with colposcopy or repeat cytology, because postmenopausal women में VIA is not a good option. अगर any time we get atypical glandular cells or any of the categories, then colposcopic directed biopsy along with endocervical sampling, और accordingly हम उसे treat करेंगे loop या leaf में. VIA based screening it's good in low resource settings, and in those places where there is a high volume of patients, even in good resource settings, at least we can do a VIA or a Willi. Just I apply Luvos ID. The sensitivity and specificity of VIA and Willi in most of the studies is almost equal to Pap smear, almost equal, because cytology में technician required है, you need good experts who can take the sample, and training of staff is required, logistics are required. So resource limited settings में many times the workload is too much, so VIA is a good option. अगर हम VIA से कर रहे हैं screening, if the patient is VIA negative, तो there is no problem, 5 years बाद हम उसे screen करेंगे. अगर VIA positive आया है तो in low resource settings colposcopic directed biopsy, or we can also go for screen and treat approach. उसी समय हमें उसको लेजर को अवलेट कर दिया क्यों, because compliance might be an issue. What we have to do in case we develop an unsatisfactory smear? So we need to check her HPV reports. If HPV is negative, then nothing. 5 years बाद we need to routinely screen her, or if HPV is negative, then repeat cytology, and then if we get ascus and above, then follows our FOXI guidelines, or if it is unsatisfactory again, then we need to go for the colposcopy. Now HPV has the advantage that vaginal self collection can be self-specimen collection is possible. So Delphi device या evalent sampler आकर available है, और कोविड पेंडेमिक के तरह तो इट वाज अ गुड ऑप्शन, इट्स एक्सेप्टेबल. हॉस्पिटल विजिट्स की कैन बी अवॉइडेड, और मेनी पेशेंट्स आर फियर ऑफ विजिटिंग टू द गायनेकोलॉजिस्ट. सो सेंसिटिविटी इज ऑलमोस्ट कंपेरेबल ऑफ वेजाइनल सेल्फ सैंपल कलेक्शन. अदर टेस्ट आर E6 E7 mRNA, उसके लिए एप्टेमा टेस्ट है या ऑन्को टेस्ट है. अदर टेस्ट लाइक DNA मिथाइलेशन और मार्कर्स ऑफ अबरेंट एस फेज इंडक्शन लाइक टोपोइसोमरेज, these are in research settings only. What about liquid based cytology? Liquid based cytology by thin prep. Liquid based cytology has the advantage कि उसी सैंपल में हम HPV DNA भी कर सकते हैं, हम other STDs like gonorrhea, chlamydia we can study, but उसमें automatic reading भी possible है, but the automatic reading may not be effective and it's more expensive, and moreover the screening sensitivity and specificity of liquid based cytology is almost the same as the conventional Pap smear. It doesn't offer much advantage. Other biomarkers like P16, these can also be used. They are also good, sensitive and specific, but the false positive rates are quite high. Okay, so but we need to see the limitations of each of the things like cytology. Cytology में inadequate sample may be a possibility. False negative is to 20 to 30%. False negative might be because of clumping of cells and other contents like bacteria, and they can contaminate the sample, or if it's exposed to air, and if the Pap smear sample contains only a few abnormal cells in a clumpy background, it may not be possible to visualize. And likewise, coming to this thing, What are the advantages of HPV screening? In a 12-year follow-up, it was found out that if HPV was negative, only 3.6% women developed cervical cancer, whereas with cytology negative 13.4%, whereas with VIA negative 14%. There was a last study published in Lancet Oncology, and they found on 47,000 women, and they found that in cytology group, 18 women developed cervical cancer in a long-term follow-up, whereas 7 in the HPV group. Likewise, 1,76,000 women, there is a study of in European women 6.5 years ka, and they found the incidence of cervical cancer was significantly lower in HPV arm. So WHO also endorses this. And cytology mein there is inter-observer, intra-observer variations may be there. There may be technical errors. Or number of referrals for colposcopy is also less if we do, it was found in many studies if we go for HPV testing. Expertise की भी जितनी ज़रूरत नहीं है. और WHO ने HPV mRNA E6 E7 can also be done at an interval of 5 years. So HPV has its own benefit. It's more sensitive, more specific. Reassurance, negative means negative. Lesser examinations are required, and so once in a lifetime, so at least every woman should get, so that participation and coverage is increased. But most of the HPV infections are transient. In 1 or 2 years they may go. So and certain CA cervix are also HPV negative. So in these cases, pap smear is also required. So what are the advantages of self-sampling if we are going HPV? Logistic burden हो जाएगा, reduced privacy, autonomy of patients is reduced. It's also cost effective, and these are the various studies how to take self-sampling, and this is the self-sampling की acceptability and adequacy and sensitivity specificity is almost equal to this thing samples. So take home message is